Emily was a simple woman. She lived in a small town with her husband, James. They married when Emily was 23. James was handsome, kind, and everyone in the town liked him. Emily felt lucky. She believed she had a perfect life. In the beginning, their marriage was full of love. Every morning, James made tea for Emily. They would sit in the small garden and talk about their day. Emily loved these moments. She thought, I am the happiest woman in the world. James worked in an office in the city. He came home every evening and told Emily about his work. Emily always smiled and listened carefully. She gave him dinner and asked, How was your day, my love? James always said, Good, my dear. And how was your day? Life was simple. Emily did not go to the city often. She stayed home, cleaned, cooked, and sometimes read books. Her life was quiet but peaceful. She loved the small-town life. People in the town respected her. They said, Emily is a good wife. She loves her husband. One day, James came home very late. He looked tired and nervous. Emily asked, Why are you so late today? James smiled and said, Work was busy, nothing special. Emily believed him. She always trusted James. But something in James's eyes was different. Emily felt a small fear in her heart. She tried to ignore it. She thought, Maybe I am imagining things. James loves me. He will never hurt me. Emily went to sleep that night with a small hope. She hoped everything would stay the same. But life sometimes changes when we least expect it. Emily did not know that her life was about to change. The next morning, Emily saw a message on James's phone. It was from a woman named Claire. Emily's heart stopped. She did not know Claire. The message said, See you tonight. Emily felt very bad. She did not understand. She asked herself, Who is she? Why is James talking to her? Emily wanted to confront James, but she was afraid. She thought, Maybe I am wrong. Maybe it is nothing. She decided to wait and see, but the fear in her heart grew. That evening, Emily cooked James's favorite meal. She set the table beautifully. James came home smiling. But Emily's mind was full of questions. She tried to act normal. James sat and ate. He did not look at her the same way as before. Emily felt the first sign of sadness in her heart. Days passed, but James's behavior changed. He started coming home late every night. Sometimes he would not come home at all. Emily waited for him with a heavy heart. She wanted to believe in her husband, but the fear grew stronger every day. One evening, Emily decided to follow James. She waited in the car near the city. After a while, she saw James enter a cafe. He was laughing and holding hands with a woman. Emily's heart broke. She could not believe her eyes. The woman was smiling and touching James's hand. Emily felt a deep pain inside her. She went home silently. She did not speak to anyone. She cried alone in her room. She thought, How could James do this? How could he lie to me? I trusted him. Emily felt unlucky. She thought her life was perfect, but now it was falling apart. The next day, Emily tried to talk to James. She asked, James, can we talk? James looked nervous. He said, Of course, my love. What is it? Emily's hands were shaking. She said, Who is Claire? Why are you meeting her? James stayed silent. Then he said, It's nothing, Emily. Don't worry. Emily did not believe him. She felt anger and sadness together. She wanted to scream, but she controlled herself. She thought, I need proof. I need to see everything. Days became weeks. James was now clearly distant. He laughed less, spoke less, and spent more time on his phone. Emily felt lonely even when he was home. She cried at night and prayed for her marriage. She asked God, Why is this happening to me? I did everything right. Why am I so unlucky? Emily's friends noticed her sadness. They said, Emily, are you okay? James is acting strange. Emily nodded and said, I am fine. Everything is fine. But inside she knew the truth. Her heart was broken. One day, Emily found a letter in James's jacket. It was from Claire. It said, I can't wait to see you tonight. I love you. Emily read it again and again. Her hands were shaking. Her heart felt empty. She could not eat, could not sleep. She felt lost. Emily decided to confront James. She wanted to know the truth. She wanted to ask him, "Do you love me or her?" She did not know what answer she would get, but she had to know. That night, Emily waited for James. When he came home, she was sitting on the sofa, waiting silently. James smiled and said, "My love, you are here. I missed you." Emily looked at him and said, "We need to talk." James frowned. He knew something was wrong. Emily took a deep breath and said, "James, I know everything. I know about Claire. Do you love her?" James was silent for a long time. He looked down. Finally, he said, "Emily, I don't know. I like her, but I also care for you." Emily felt tears in her eyes. She shouted, "Care for me? You are meeting another woman every day. You lied to me. How can you care for me?" James tried to explain, but Emily could not listen. Her heart was full of pain. Emily felt her life was over. She thought about all the years she spent loving James. She thought about the mornings, the evenings, the dinners, the talks. Everything was now a lie. Emily realized that love alone was not enough. She needed respect, honesty, and loyalty. James begged, "Emily, please. I can stop. I can change. I love you. I promise." But Emily could not believe him. She had waited too long. Her heart was too broken. She realized that sometimes love is not enough to save a marriage. Emily decided to leave the room. She packed a small bag. She did not want to fight anymore. She wanted to save herself. She said quietly, "I am leaving, James. I hope you are happy with her. I can't stay here anymore." Jam ran after her, but Emily did not stop. She felt free and sad at the same time. Free because she was taking control of her life. Sad because the man she loved betrayed her. Emily thought, life is not always fair. Sometimes people hurt us, even the ones we love the most. That night, Emily cried alone in a small hotel. She looked at the moon and whispered, "I am unlucky, but I will survive. I will find happiness again." She realized that heartbreak is painful, but it also teaches strength. Emily called her friends and family. They supported her. They told her, "You are strong, Emily. You can live without him. You deserve better." Emily smiled a little. She felt hope. Maybe life was unfair, but it could also be beautiful again. Days turned into weeks. Emily stayed strong. She did not call James. She focused on herself. She cleaned her small apartment, cooked her favorite meals, and started reading books again. She felt her heart healing slowly. One morning, Emily met a kind man named Michael at the park. He smiled at her and said, "Good morning. Do you come here often?" Emily felt nervous but smiled back. They started talking. Michael was friendly, caring, and honest. Emily felt something she had not felt in months: peace. Emily realized that life gives second chances. She understood that being unlucky before does not mean she will be unlucky forever. She learned to trust her heart again, slowly and carefully. James tried to call her several times, but Emily did not answer. She thought, "I don't need someone who does not respect me. I need someone who loves me truly." She felt proud of herself for making this choice. Emily and Michael became friends first. They laughed, shared stories, and went for walks. Emily felt happy in a way she had never felt with James. She knew Michael was honest, and that was more important than anything. Months passed. Emily felt stronger, braver, and happier. She learned a very important lesson. Nothing in life is free. Love without respect is not love. Betrayal teaches strength. Pain teaches courage. And heartbreak teaches wisdom. One day, Emily looked at the sky and smiled. She said, "I am no longer the unlucky wife. I am Emily, the strong woman. I will love again, but I will choose wisely." Emily's life continued. She never forgot the pain, but she used it to grow. She understood that life is a mix of happiness and sadness, but she could create her own happiness. She finally felt free.